Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are doing afrobeat again, but this time a bit different. I mean, we have done Omalay, we have done CK, Fireboy DML. These are all very laid back and chill afro kind of vibes, I guess, but this time we're going to do a bit of faster afro. So I'm talking about songs like Text Go Green by Drake, Who Told You by J Hus featuring Drake, Anybody from Burna Boy, Last from Burna Boy, and Water by Tyla. And so these songs are all like faster. Generally Afro beats are like in the 90, 100 BPM kind of range. And so this time we're looking at like 110, 120 kind of range. So you see we have more pace and it's like a more steady beat. And what all these songs kind of have in common is that there's like a shaker that is like ongoing and kind of representing the hi-hat of like pop and rock music, and that one is like just playing the 16th notes or 8 notes like straight, and then you have kind of the afro rhythm that the snare and the kick are implying, and so you have that they're working together and it gives that very nice, you know, mix of like that straight pop hi-hat and like the afro beat in general. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm very excited to get this going. So as I said, we're going to start off with the shaker. And so as you see, we have 120 BPM, and this is the chords that we're working with today. Very basic, but like dreamy, I like that a lot. And as you can see, I've loaded in Splice Bridge already, a very good tool, kind of update that they made, like an extension to Splice, which is absolutely a game changer for us producers if you have Splice. Let me know if you want like a detailed explanation and kind of tutorial how to use Splice Bridge, because I'm not going to explain it in detail here, but it kind of like in a nutshell, you're able to kind of preview the samples that are in Splice in your BPM and your key. You can just, you know, click through samples and you're very fast with that. I have found a shaker, but it was like 110 or something. I can preview the sample in the right BPM, and now I could just drag in the modified sample and it gives me the 120 version of it. And so that is the shaker that I meant. As you can hear, we don't have that much space, you know, it's not that laid back kind of vibe that we get from like Omalay and CK and all these artists. It's like more, you know, steady beat, but still afro, and that is the kind of vibe that we're going for today, and I'm very excited about this. So we're gonna just add a kick to this. So Afrobeat is very very easy when it comes to kicks. You just put a kick on every beat, and so the characteristics of that kick is not very punchy. It's like more in the lower regions and like low key. It's pretty well here, I think. And so that is just very easy. We can now add the snare, and so I'm using like a rim hit for that, I guess. Okay, so we're just gonna establish, you know, the classic afro snare placements before we kind of maybe replace one or the other. And so that is the, you know, we've all heard it. And so I'm not gonna do the whole thing because I want to replace the one or the other snare hit here, especially the second ones with a lower snare. So we have more variation, and kind of got that idea from the song Water by Tyla. I mentioned that earlier. It's very nice song. It's kind of digging it a lot at the moment. And so I'm just gonna put that in the second snare. And so we're just gonna replace every other snare. And in general, if you're kind of loading in too many sounds at the beginning, you get kind of overwhelmed and lose kind of sight of where you want to go. And so I've kind of noticed that for myself, that I've kind of have a pattern with like 2-3 sounds in the beginning, and then I kind of make it more interesting by replacing sounds with other sounds that you know, so we have more sounds in the end, but like not, you know, throwing in like 6 sounds at the beginning and like kind of not knowing where I want to go. And so with this strategy, you kind of always, it's like easier to establish what the vibe and like the pattern where you want to go. And like there's no shame in like replacing sounds, and you can always do that like afterwards, and that's what we're doing here. Let's just listen to that real quick. Sounds better, but still very boring, I would say, and not very much variation there. So I would just start off. And so I really like this hit with the kick at the same time, like this one. and I kind of just want that pattern to be the same. We'll have this here, then we'll have another one here, and boom. And then we need another one here, boom. And then we will start it all over again. I really like this pattern. I actually don't think I want to add anything to the drums here. That is like very complete, like with 4 sounds only. I really like this. Very steady, like ongoing. That was the kind of goal here, and the shaker helps a lot. Okay, let's add a bass. So usually in Afrobeats, the way I would go about the bass is like use either like a real bass or use a sub bass with a perk bass, kind of that they complement each other. And I think that's what we're gonna do here. Just the sub bass to kind of cover that lower regions, and like a perk bass to kind of give more, you know, rhythmically. And so I'm just gonna use sub bass here. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Try to find out the chords real quick. It's kind of E flat, D flat, B. But like the first one is very difficult to hear, I feel like. So it's just I can just play around and you can see different options for the first one, but I feel like I can't really get a grasp of what sound to play there. So one option is E flat. That sounds weird. Maybe B flat. I feel like the last two are kind of clear, but the first one is, I don't know, there's just something off with it. But I'm just gonna record it that way and maybe return to it later. But it's not like a huge problem, but it's just a bit unsatisfying that I can't get the right tone. But like, we're just gonna record it like that. Okay, so very advanced bass playing right here. As you can see, it's not for everyone. But no, that's the purpose. You know, as a sub bass, you don't want like a lot of movement. It's not made. That's not the role of a sub bass. A sub bass is kind of supposed to be there to cover the lower regions in the frequency spectrum, and not to like do any jump arounds and perk stuff. Because as I said, we're gonna add another bass which does exactly that. So I love this bass. I've used it like probably in almost every Afrobeat song that I've done. It's like a perk. Where is it? Let me just, yeah, this one. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so with this one, we're gonna add what is kind of missing with this bass, with this sub bass, because it's obviously very easy and like ongoing notes and very, you know, not much going on rhythmically. So we're just gonna add that with this perk bass. This turned out great. Okay, listen to this. So as you can hear, it kind of complements the drums very well. And as if you listen closely, this hit right there is like playing when as you can see, like visually, there's like no kick, no snare, nothing happening in that moment. So that's a very wise. Okay, right. That's a very you know, that placement makes sense. Let me put it this way, because you don't want to have all your elements kind of playing at the same time, because you want each instrument that you add another layer rhythmically, harmonically. And so in this case, as we have like a rhythmic bass, you want the placements to be like somewhere, you know, that adds something to the beat. And obviously this one is like covered by a kick, but then you have this offbeat one here, and this one is also very offbeat. I mean, yeah. But I feel like you can hear that like it's more intuition. I always like to go back to the feeling that you get, and like the intuition as a producer. You know, all these concepts make sense so that you can replicate it, but like in the end it boils down if you're feeling it or not. Let's add some vocals. And also splice bridge is very useful when you have these vocal samples, because it always transposes it in your key and also matches your BPM, which is very helpful and so you can kind of browse through these vocal samples in a speed that was not imaginable before. So I found this one. Wow, nice, nice, nice. Okay, I'm just deleting the second part because it repeats. Very cool vocal. That's like a very very singy vocal, if that makes sense, like very short notes. I just want some ongoing ambience in the background, so I'm gonna add another vocal for that. I found a really good one. So this one is just, as you can like visually see, as you can see, like it's like the notes are longer and it's not like that short vibe. Like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I want to add some guitar somewhere here. Maybe some melody, maybe some lines here and there. I feel like guitar and Afrobeat is just a match. Very good reasoning. No. Let me see if I can find some guitar shit. Okay, this works very well. Okay, listen to. I'm just gonna turn off the vocals so you can hear it. It's like a. And that could work very well as like a intro, pre-chorus, where you could put it in, kind of supports the shaker. But what I'm hearing, it's like always moving from like a lower note to a higher one, and that is always staying at one note, but like we have a chord progression that is moving, and so maybe I can adjust the high note. So see what I'm talking about? You have these lower sounds, like these lower notes, and then you have the high one through, and maybe we can adjust these high ones. Okay, so these ones, I feel like that's a whole step going down in our progression. This is what I'm hearing. Nice. Okay, last one, another whole step down. Nice. Okay, now let's add in the vocals again. Boom. Just copy the bass. Wow, love that. I really like that. I really do. And yeah, I don't think I would like add a lot more to that. I think it fits. I think all the elements that we added like fit pretty well together. They seem to be in balance, so I don't want to add more to this. I would leave this as it is. I would kind of arrange the song a bit, I mean the beat as usual, and I'll show you the arranged version, so let's go. Okay, so this is our beat. As you can see, there's like like maybe 7 or 8 channels, but I feel like the beat doesn't need more, and why would you add more if it's already there, you know? I don't want to overproduce it. And so arrangement wise, it's just building up. The shaker comes in, the guitar comes in, and then we have everything playing, and then I took out the vocals again. But like obviously that is not arranging a full song. If you want to see me arrange a full beat, I can definitely do that, like do a video on that. Let me know if you want that. Other than that, I would definitely appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, like this video. I mean, if you like the video, you show me by doing that. That would definitely be appreciated by me. And also listen to my music. There's original music common on Spotify, Apple Music, and all the streaming platforms. Me and my friend, we do it together. She sings and I produce. I hope this video helped you in any kind of way. If it did, as I said, let me know. And if there's any artists that you want to see in the future that I should make a tutorial on, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely look and check the comments. There's not like a crazy amount of comments to check, so that's it's gonna be good for you if you leave a comment. And so yeah, that's all from my side. I will play the beat. It was definitely fun making some different Afro beats today, like with more pace to it. And yeah, that's all. I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao.